Expend it in one keynote, 600 words without heading. The message comes not with trumpets, but with a whisper, a soft nudge in the soul, a subtle stirring that cannot be easily explained, but refuses to be ignored. You've sensed it, haven't you? That quiet pull, as if something beyond yourself has tried to reach you in moments too still for coincidence. The truth is, the message has been on its way for longer than you realize, not delayed, not lost, simply waiting until you were ready, until your ears could hear what heaven has long been aching to say. And though it arrives without fanfare, it bears the weight of eternity. You are chosen. You are known. You are not alone. There are no accidents in divine intention. What you call randomness is only the shadow of a larger pattern that has not yet revealed itself. What feels like delay is often grace at work, protecting, preparing, preserving. The Father who shaped the stars has not overlooked you. He has watched your weeping, heard the questions you dared not voice aloud, and counted every silent ache as precious. Your suffering was never unseen, and your purpose was never lost in the crowd. You were not born by chance. You were sent. And now, as night closes in and the world grows loud with confusion, the message must come through. But God, in His wisdom, rarely shouts. He sends messengers instead. People who seem ordinary at first, whose presence doesn't demand your awe, but invites your trust. The one He sends to guide you may not walk in with thunder, but they will arrive carrying light. You will know them not by perfection, but by peace. They will not flatter your ego, but speak to the part of you that still believes in courage, in redemption, in truth. They will stir your memory of who you are beneath the bruises of disappointment. You may not recognize them at once, but when they speak, something ancient and holy will awaken in you, a sense that, though you've never met, you've always known them. This person is not your answer, but they will help you find it. They are not your rescuer, but they will walk beside you through fire if needed. They are not sent to complete you. Only the Creator can do that, but to complement you in the journey. You are being given a guide, not to remove the burden, but to help you carry it well. They will challenge you when you shrink, confront you when you wander, and love you enough to stay when others would have fled. Their presence is not a coincidence. It is an echo of heaven's intention, stitched into your story by hands that write in stars. Yet this message will not remain forever. It is not cruel, but it is urgent. What is offered today may not wait for tomorrow. The heart grows hard when it delays too long. The mind grows cynical when it explains away the sacred. That is why you are being told now, while your spirit is still soft enough to listen. Watch. You are being chosen, not because you are flawless, but because your Father sees the masterpiece beneath the dust. Don't let this moment pass. The world will distract, voices will compete, and doubt will whisper, maybe later. But eternity doesn't always knock twice. This is your moment. Heaven is speaking. Will you answer? The voice of heaven seldom arrives with spectacle. It often comes quietly, through the ordinary, the overlooked, the stillness between moments, and yet its meaning is anything but small. You may have thought yourself forgotten, passed over, unseen among billions. But there is a truth you must now face. You are not only seen, you are known. Deeply, intimately, eternally. The one who made you has not once taken his eyes off you, through heartbreaks you couldn't explain, through choices you regretted the moment you made them, through nights of silence and mornings of doubt. He has been watching, waiting, guiding, not with force, but with the tenderness of a father who knows exactly when his child is ready to listen. You have been called chosen, and that is not a name given lightly. It is not flattery, it is identity. The path laid before you was not built on your merit, but His mercy. What you thought were detours were preparations. What you called loss was in truth pruning, making space for something far greater than you could have held with full hands. The calling placed on you will not be easy. It never is for those chosen to carry light into dark places, but it will be worth it. And now, in the trembling edge between waiting and walking, your Father in heaven is sending someone to guide you. Not just because the path is difficult, but because you were never meant to walk it alone. The one sent to guide you may not look like you imagined. Heaven's messengers rarely do. You may even resist them at first because they will speak not to your pride, but to your purpose. They will not tell you what you want to hear, but what your soul needs to remember. Their words may sting before they heal, and their presence may unsettle before it comforts. But there will be a strange peace about them, a sense that with them you are more yourself than you've ever been. They will recognize you, not for what you've done or failed to do, but for who you truly are beneath the layers of fear, shame, and exhaustion. And when they speak, something ancient and true will stir in your spirit, the sense that this was not a chance meeting. It was written. This person is not sent to save you. That work belongs to God alone. They are not your answer, but they will walk with you toward it. They may be the one you love, or the one who teaches you how to love again. Their strength will not overshadow you, but lift you. Their presence will challenge your comfort and call out your courage. They are a mirror, not always flattering, but always revealing. You will see parts of yourself in them, not the polished image you present to the world, but the raw, beautiful truth of who you are becoming. They will be your partner, not just in life, but in purpose. Sent not for what they can give you, but for what you can build together under divine guidance. This message is urgent, not because God panics, He never does, but because the time is short and your calling waits. The enemy of your soul would have you distracted, delayed, discouraged. But heaven is not silent. It is calling to you now, clearly, with the voice of a Father who knows what is coming and who refuses to let you miss it. The guide is near. The moment is now. Will you be ready not only to receive, but to respond? You have been chosen, and those who are chosen must not sleep through the sound of destiny knocking. There are moments in life when everything around you seems unchanged. Same sky, same routine, same quiet ache within, and yet something shifts. It's subtle, like the turn of a key in a silent room, but you know. Deep in your spirit there is a whisper, barely audible but unmistakable. Something is being asked of you, not forced, not demanded, but invited. You have been chosen, and now is the time to remember what that truly means. Not a title of pride, but a call to awaken. You are not drifting through this world unseen. You are known, through and through, by the one who made you. He has seen the paths you've taken, the ones you feared to tread, and the ones you stumbled down in pain. Nothing has surprised him. Nothing has disqualified you. He has waited, patiently, lovingly, until you were ready to receive what has always been yours: purpose, guidance, and a message too sacred to ignore. The message comes now because the season has changed. You may not feel ready, but readiness is not a requirement. Willingness is. There are things ahead that you cannot navigate alone. There are questions you've been asking, perhaps silently. Where do I go from here? What is the meaning in all this? Who can walk with me when I feel like I'm walking through fire? Heaven has heard those questions, and in divine response, someone is being sent, not as a decoration in your life, but as a direction, a guide, a partner, someone whose presence is not merely for comfort, but for calling. You will know them not by grand gestures or easy words, but by the way your soul feels less alone when they speak. They will not offer you escape, but they will offer you strength. Their arrival is not random, it is appointed. This person is being sent to you because heaven does not deal in isolation. Even prophets had companions. Even kings needed counsel. The journey set before you is too significant to be walked in silence. The guide being sent will come with the ability to see in you what you have forgotten. They will challenge you where you've grown passive and affirm you where you've grown weary. You will not always agree, but you will always learn. This person will feel strangely familiar, as though you've met before in a place memory can't quite reach. That is because your souls were designed to meet, not by accident, but by providence. And yet, even with all this preparation, you must understand this message is not open-ended. There is an urgency to it, not fear-driven, but clear. Windows open and windows close. What is being offered to you now will not wait forever. To ignore it is to risk being lulled back into sleep just when the dawn is breaking. There are distractions waiting, and doubt will knock quickly, trying to steal what heaven has delivered. But the timing is intentional. You are being called not to wait, but to watch. Watch for the signs. Listen to the whispers. Prepare your heart. This message is a gift, but like all gifts, it must be received. You are not being warned out of fear, but awakened by love. The door is opening, the guide is near, and your Father in heaven is saying, "This is your moment." Don't miss it. There is a stirring happening within you, not loud, not urgent in the way the world defines urgency, but steady and certain, like the rising of the tide. It's been growing quietly beneath the surface, through all your questions and delays, through the routines that once felt secure but now seem too small for your soul. You are beginning to sense that your life is not random, that something is reaching for you, calling to you, not with noise, but with knowing. That is no accident. That quiet pull is your Father in heaven reminding you. You are chosen, not because you are flawless, not because you've earned it, but because you are known. Your Creator has watched over every chapter of your life, even the ones you tried to tear out. And still He calls you by name. Being chosen is not about special treatment. It's about sacred responsibility. It means there is something within you that heaven has placed for a purpose far beyond comfort or control. The message coming to you now has been waiting patiently, like a letter sealed long ago, knowing it would only be opened at the right time. That time is now. You may have been walking in circles, searching for direction or for something to fill the ache inside, but the ache itself is proof. You were made for more. Heaven does not shout this truth because it is not for the casual listener. It whispers so that only those who are willing to lean in will hear it, and you are hearing it now, not by chance, but by divine appointment. Because of what lies ahead, God is sending someone to you, a guide, not to complete you, but to walk beside you as the next part of your journey unfolds. This person may not enter with flashes of clarity. They may even confuse you at first, because they won't match your assumptions of what help should look like. But when they speak, their words will carry a weight that bypasses logic and goes straight to your spirit. They are not being sent because you are weak, but because you are needed, and needed people require strengthening. This guide may be wrapped in ordinary skin, but they carry something extraordinary within them. They will call you to remember who you were before fear taught you to forget. They will be the kind of person who doesn't run when things get difficult, the kind who listens not just to your words, but to your silence. They will reflect your strengths and challenge your blind spots, not to tear you down, but to build you up in truth. In them, you'll see not just a companion, but a mirror, a reminder of the better things God is awakening in you. Your partnership with them will not be built on ease, but on purpose. It may stretch you, but it will never break you. It will shape you into someone who is not only aware of the call, but ready to answer it. And now, the time has come to respond. This message is not casual inspiration. It is an alarm of the soul, gentle but firm. Something sacred is unfolding, and you must choose whether you will participate in it or let it pass you by. The guide will come, the opportunities will appear, but if you are distracted, bitter, too afraid, or too proud, you will miss them, and heaven does not force itself upon those who refuse to listen. You are being invited, not pushed. You are being stirred, not shaken. But you are being called now. The door is open for a little while longer. What waits on the other side is not just an answer, it's a new life. Will you walk through? There is a stillness before revelation, a quiet before the soul is stirred awake. You may be in that place now, somewhere between longing and clarity, restlessness and peace. You've felt it, haven't you? That subtle shift in your spirit, like something is coming into focus just beyond the horizon of your understanding. This is not your imagination, it is a sign, a sacred whisper from your Father in heaven, reaching into your ordinary days with extraordinary intent. You are not forgotten. You are not misplaced in the chaos of the world. You are chosen, marked not by status or appearance, but by purpose. Before you were born, He knew this moment would come, and now the message arrives. Your journey is shifting, and heaven is stepping in. The truth is, you have always been seen, even in the seasons when silence surrounded you, when your prayers seemed to return unanswered, when you questioned if anyone noticed your ache. He saw it all. The waiting was not wasted. It shaped you, refined you, taught you to listen. And now, the reason for the waiting begins to unfold. Your life is not just a collection of days. It is a divine narrative. God is not just watching your story. He's writing it, carefully, with love and strategy. Every delay has prepared you. Every sorrow has deepened your roots. And now that your heart is ready to perceive more than comfort, He is sending the next part of the plan. The one who is coming is not sent to rescue you, but to walk with you. You do not need saving. You've already been saved. What you need is alignment. Someone who helps you remember what God has already placed inside you. Someone whose presence doesn't dazzle the ego, but awakens the spirit. This person may not arrive wrapped in your expectations. They may not speak with thunder or wear a badge of divine approval, but when you meet them, your spirit will recognize something. Familiarity without memory, peace without explanation. They will remind you of what you were always meant to become. This guide will not only walk beside you, they will sharpen you. You'll find in their company the courage to confront the parts of yourself you've avoided. They will reflect your strength, not just your struggle. In them you'll see clarity, but also challenge. This person is being sent not to make your journey easier, but to make it truer. They are not the destination, but they are a key to unlocking it. Together you will build something that lasts. Not a perfect life, but a purposeful one. And purpose is what your soul has been craving all along. But you must understand, this moment is not open-ended. This message carries weight because it carries urgency. Not the urgency of panic, but of precision. Heaven's timing is always perfect, but it does not linger indefinitely. The enemy of your purpose is not destruction, it is distraction. You may be tempted to brush this aside, to let the noise of life drown out the whisper of destiny, but if you ignore this message, you risk settling back into a lesser version of yourself. What is being offered now? A guide, a partnership, a divine realignment is not promised again in the same way. You must choose. You must respond. You are not created to wander aimlessly. You are not born for mediocrity. Your life is woven with significance, and right now that significance is reaching for you. The Father who sees all, who knows your thoughts before you speak them, is calling, not just for your attention, but for your action. The next chapter of your story requires a decision. Will you receive the one He is sending? Will you embrace the purpose rising within you? Will you recognize the moment before it passes? You are chosen, you are called, and the time is now.